Yeah, I find your story really inspirational because like we have this, I know in our psyche, it's that you had to go till the end, you had to finish everything. Once you decide a career, especially if it's engineering, doctor, or like lawyer, you have to
Yeah.
finish it, right? But being able to have that mindset of saying, okay, no, wait, I see myself long term in this? Like how if you see other individuals in the same spot as you, looking back, like how did you push yourself to, okay, you know what? This is not for me. I need to look for a role that I'm more interested in. How do you get out that mindset of just pushing through, regardless if you like it or don't like it? Uh,
So I love this question because I think it's so fundamental to us, to my journey for sure.
yeah.
But this is also the type of question I pose to individuals, especially as they're trying to navigate themselves, because it gets uncomfortable,
Yeah.
right? Because it is admitting to yourself that and it is also involving change. And people can be uncomfortable with change. It doesn't have to be admitting to yourself that, you know what, I've wasted time. It doesn't have to be a negative connotation to this, but it's really asking yourself and being honest with yourself. When you might be asking me and I'm regurgitating my plans, yeah, I'm going to become a doctor. Yeah, I'm going to become a doctor. Yeah, I'm going to become a doctor. But knowing full well inside that I don't want to do this. So it's that cognitive dissonance that exists between what I'm saying and what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always making sure that you're honest with yourself and breaking deep down inside. And this is something that one of the big portions that I'm really proud of myself, to be very honest with you, is being honest with myself in the sense of, is this something you want to do? And it is okay if the answer is no. And there's a lot of power in the word no, because that allows you to establish barriers or boundaries rather. And that also allows you to, and almost encourages, forces, pushes you, whatever word you want to use, to reevaluate. So that gap analysis, essentially, it starts with, what am I doing today? And the next natural question is this what I want to do? And when the answer is no, when you finally get to that point of saying no, I like to think of it as a tree that stems out essentially. Then it's okay. What are the different options and what are the different routes that we can take? And there doesn't have to be a destination defined. I think that's key here. It is
Yeah.
okay to not know what you want to do in 5 to 10 years. It is okay to spend a few years, a few months, whatever it looks like, trying to figure out what that is. But my whole thing is, as long as it's resulting in growth, and as long as you're being honest to yourself, because some folks might be very driven towards certain goals, which is not a problem. And you always want to apply yourself 110%, but at the same time, be very honest with yourself because failure is a possibility, right? But growth is certain.
Right.
And by understanding that, you know what, maybe I should have a backup plan, or maybe I should have the whole thing of hope for the best, but plan for the worst. It's just ensuring that you have different aspects or angles that you're thinking about, because that also expands your mindset in terms of what else can I be doing? How do I ensure achieving my goals? Excuse me. How do I compensate for anything that may be a setback? How do I, and it's very important, I think, on a regular basis. I do it on almost when I was in university, I was doing it on a semester by semester basis. Even if I'm still on the track and I achieved the goal that I had set out for, I still pause and I said, okay, I finished 1, 2, 3 courses just to realign and just to make sure, and even just to motivate myself. I have these 10 left. And again, that's the university side. Okay, I achieved my A plus. I'm going for my network plus. And then for each goal, it's a little bit of a roadmap on how do I get there. So I'm a huge, huge advocate of having some form of a plan. And a plan doesn't have to be extremely complicated. It doesn't have to be extremely detailed. But one of the things that I noticed is it's very overwhelming
Yes.
to say, I'm going to become a doctor or I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And the reason for that is it's such a enormous journey that we're saying that we are attributing success as binary, yes or no, but we're also overwhelmed because we just think of, "Oh, it's a 10-year journey. I don't know how I'm going to get there." My big thing is let's break it down into very achievable steps, because once you start have that plan, you're going to micro focus a little bit on what do I need to do next? as
Yeah.
opposed to accumulating 1 year's worth of steps into one thought. So it's like, I have 100 things to do. Okay, but let's break that down. You have 3 things to do this week. Let's aim for those. Let's get through this week that way. And then when you have that plan on paper and you start seeing the check marks accumulate, you're starting to see your momentum. You're starting to see your achievements. You're starting to say, you know what? I'm down this path. And you know what? Those 3, let's focus 110% on those. And let's worry about the rest when we get there. And I think just in general for me in life, this is something that I try to do, especially when I'm feeling overwhelmed, because I think a big part of a person's journey, especially in this day and age, is it's overwhelming with all the different stresses, but also all the different things that are commanding our mental capacity. You open
Yeah.
social media, the geopolitical situation of the world, where the university paths are going, the housing market. How am I going to live? What am I going to do? It's a lot pulling at our mental capacity. So it's really important that we focus in so that we achieve maximum results and we can help block out some of the noise.